The staff is the framework upon which all musical notation, such as notes and other symbols, is written. It is made up of 5 horizontal lines with 4 spaces in between, like so. Each of these lines and spaces represents a different musical pitch, named after the first several letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. The higher a note is on the staff, the higher the pitch. The note that is found on each line or space depends on the clef. A clef is a symbol placed at the very beginning of the staff. The 2 most commonly used clefs are the treble clef, you can see on the left, and the bass clef, which you can see on the right. The treble clef has a higher pitch than the bass clef, so when the 2 clefs are combined into a grand staff, the treble clef is placed on the staff above the bass clef. The note in the very middle of the grand staff is called the middle C. Above the middle C, each line and space on the treble clef corresponds with a letter after C in the alphabet. When the sequence ends at G, it loops back to A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The same thing applies when the bass clef, except in reverse. On the staff under the middle C, each line and space represents a letter before C in the alphabet. After the sequence reaches A, it loops back to G. For each loop, there is an interval of 8 notes between a starting note and another note of the same name. Thus, a series of 8 notes is called an octave. For example, E to E would be an octave. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E. So a staff is made up of 5 lines and 4 spaces. There are 2 basic clefs that we need to know right now, which is the treble clef, which is higher, and the bass clef, which is lower. When put together, it creates the grand staff, with middle C being stuck in a line in between. An octave is made up of 8 pitches. Time for a quiz. How many spaces are on a staff? 4, that's correct. Compared to the bass clef, the treble clef has blank pitch. A higher pitch, that's correct. The blank a note is on the staff, the lower its pitch. Lower, that's correct. How many letters of the alphabet are used in musical notation? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. 7, that's correct. Where is a clef placed on a staff? At the beginning of a staff, correct. What is the note in the middle of the grand staff? The middle C, correct. On a staff with the treble clef, what is the note above F? Did you guys sing the song? G, that's correct. On a staff with the bass clef, what is the note below A? G. How many notes are in an octave? 8. How many lines are on a grand staff? Remember, a staff has 5 lines. A grand staff is a treble clef staff and a bass clef staff put together. So 5 plus 5 is 10. Good job, guys.